Welcome back to Instables, everyone. So I'm going to go up with you guys in the S&P 500 again. This is the SPY. In my opinion, there's one question and one question only. When exactly should we be going long? What exact levels are we looking to see if we can bounce off of? As you guys can see here, we do have what's called a kiss of death, getting that rejection to the upside, dropping below our support and also dropping below our 50 monthly moving average here. So our question is, are we going to continue on lower? What exact level are we looking to see if we can bounce off of? And again, there will be a ton of opportunity if we catch this at the exact right point. Now, before I jump into this, you guys can do me a huge favor. Smash that like button if you find this video useful at all. Hit subscribe if you want to see my daily plan on exactly how I plan on playing into the market every single day. We go over candle structure, overall strength levels, and any key indicators that we need to be focused on. And again, if you are a day trader or you are looking for very volatile breakouts that we mention every single day in the Instables, and again, we mention any breakout that is worth looking at throughout the day, go to instables.com in the description below, and you will never miss a breakout alert today again. So jumping into the SPY with you guys here, I'm going to go over the daily chart, then the monthly chart so we can see the larger time frames when exactly we're looking to see if we can bounce. I'm going to go over the candle structure here so we can see exactly what may happen going into tomorrow at this point. As you guys can see, we are dropping into new lows of the year, finally getting that close below lows of the year. Our question is, do we have strength to the downside? Are we going to continue on lower? As you guys can see on our MACD, again, representing strength here, we do have that increase in sell pressure that we were not looking for. We did not want that increase in sell pressure to come out. Sure enough, it did. We got that increase in sell pressure after getting two decreases in sell pressure. Again, getting two white shaded lines, getting two decreases in sell pressure. We were looking for that possible shift in momentum and looking for that pivot. If our EMA lines did cross here, we are still looking for our EMA lines to cross here. But however, at this point, we are pointing down. As you guys can see, we are pointing down, showing us that we still could continue on lower. So we need to make sure we are careful playing to the upside. And again, what we will be looking for here is to see if we can get that continuation on decreases in sell pressure like we did prior, and then possibly look for that pivot on our EMA lines. Again, looking to see if we can start to curl up for that early signal on a possible curl back up for a continuation on higher. Then we'd be looking to see if we can cross, and then we would get that confirmation when we did cross. Again, we want our EMA lines to continue on higher and break above the median of our MACD to see if we can get confirmation on that stronger momentum to the upside. As you guys can see, the strongest rally that we had of the year, we did have our EMA lines crossing above the median of our MACD. If we're looking for that stronger push, again, if you're looking for that stronger breakout, including on the 5-minute chart, including intraday, if you guys are trading within intraday timeframes, we do want our EMA lines to cross in front of our buy pressure that is coming out. As you guys can see, again, we did not cross in front of our buy pressure. We did have a nice rally, but we did not continue on higher in the market. We didn't have as much strength crossing through the middle of our MACD. So again, we did cross above the median, which was a lot of strength. However, not expecting a major rally because we did not cross in front of the MACD, showing us that we could cool off. So we are ultimately looking to see if we can get buy pressure crossing above the front of our MACD here to see if we can get that rally. Now, looking at the RSI, this is going to show us if we have room to run to the downside. As you guys can see, we did jump into oversold territory here. We mentioned that this is still high risk, that we still had room to run to the downside because we did not get divergence yet. And again, divergence are when we get higher lows as we are oversold, while our price action is getting lower lows. Again, price action getting lower lows as we are getting higher lows oversold, showing us divergence, showing us that shift in momentum, and getting that confirmation when we break out of oversold territory is exactly what we're looking for to get that strength as well. Again, that will give us confirmation. We had this confirmation prior when we did have this large rally, and we did have that continuation on higher. Again, a very strong bounce that we mentioned very early, way back here before we had even continued to bounce, because we were watching our strength and watching our RSI, looking for those divergence, and they did play out here. Now, looking at compression and decompression, again, this is our Bollinger Bands. As you guys can see, we are dropping into our second deviation on our Bollinger Band here, and we are looking to see if we are going to continue on into our second deviation here with that strength to the downside. And again, I'm going to go over the monthly chart and show us why exactly that may just happen. As you guys can see, we do have our 20 that is still curling down. We do still have our 50 that is curling down, showing us a lot of bearish momentum. Until we do cross, we are not getting stronger momentum. So in my opinion, until we do cross back over, until we get our candles to jump back over our 20, start to respect it as our 20 is crossing back over our 50, then in my opinion, we don't have as much strength as we're looking for to play to the upside anytime longer than a short-term play at this point. Now, looking at the long-term perspective, again, looking at the monthly chart, as you guys can see, we are testing our 50 monthly moving average here. So in my opinion, if we get a possible doji candle that is within our body for the next month, and we get a possible, again, indecisive doji candle for any given reason, and we do get a possible momentum candle to the upside, again, a possible engulfing candle to the upside, and we do not get that rejection and continuation on that rejection on our 50 monthly moving average here, then we could continue back higher, again, for that possible test on our 20 at that point. However, if we are looking for confirmation on this kiss of death, I know that we are dropping into new lows of the year. We are dropping below our neckline that we did get a rejection to the downside from, and then we also did get that key rejection on our moving average, which gave us that confirmation on that kiss of death, now dropping into the lower lows here. Again, that is that confirmation on that kiss of death. When you have, again, a major pullback, you come back, test a very key moving average, a key prior support as well. As you guys can see, we did test and we got that rejection with the upper end of our wick here. So we did get confirmation on this kiss of death here. So again, now our question from this kiss of death is to see if we can hold below our 50-day moving average. Maybe we have a possible continuation on lower. We come back and retest it, and then we have a possible evening star on the monthly chart, and then we possibly continue on lower, again, closing below our doji candle, again, giving us that evening star for that possible continuation on lower. And then we possibly test our key support range. As you guys can see on our VPVR, we are going to be tracking our strongest point where we had the most amount of volume traded. As you guys can see, we do have quite a gap here that we don't have as much volume from. So in my opinion, we would be looking to see if we can get support here between 324 and 318. That is our next key support, guys. Again, if we are going to continue on lower and have a major bounce and have a major long play, in my opinion, that would be going into the support range here, again, between 318 and 324, a very key point. And if we do have a major crash, a major continuation on lower, our strongest point is going to be between this 383 and 377 level. Again, if we have a major crash and we do continue on lower, this is the next level. If we do continue on below our 318, 324 level, this is going to be that next level. And in my opinion, with this pullback, there would be no surprise if we did possibly have a bounce and we possibly did continue on lower and possibly had a major crash and then possibly continued on higher from here on Divergence, as since the '08 crash on the monthly chart, we have not been oversold, and again, showing us bearish divergence, again, getting lower highs here on the RSI as we were getting higher highs on our price action in the market, showing us that we do have that weakness and showing us that, in my opinion, we do need to jump into oversold territory. Again, I showed you on the daily chart what we were looking for, but on the monthly chart, we are looking for room to run to the downside since we do not have divergence yet. When we get divergence, guys, that will be the major long plays that everybody will be confirmed on and a major breakout on, and we will know exactly when that happens here on the channel. And again, looking for confirmation, jumping out of oversold territory, again, getting higher lows as we are oversold, looking for lower lows again here on our price action as we are oversold, getting higher lows would be very key to get that confirmation on those divergence. Now, again, with all of that said, we have Putin annexing 4 cities in Ukraine. We're wondering if Ukraine is going to respond in any major way that would make Russia overreact, or if the US is going to possibly respond in a way that causes Russia to overreact. Again, Putin mentioned that he would use nuclear power. However, again, about 5 minutes ago, the UK Defense Secretary, I read this stuff, every single thing you think about. I really do like this stuff. That's why, honestly. But the UK Defense Secretary mentioned that they think that it is very unlikely that Putin actually uses nuclear power. So we'll see exactly what happens. Again, keeping an eye on that news over the week is going to be very key. Any possible de-escalation, then we could possibly bounce here on our 50-day moving average and possibly have a green candle come out and then possibly flush lower below our 50-day from there. So again, keeping an eye on this news. Again, if there's any major de-escalation, if we have any possible talks with the US and then Ukraine possibly lets them do it as well, then maybe we create possible peace talks and the market does bounce back on our 50-day here. So again, just keeping an eye on that news, in my opinion. And the last thing to keep in mind is typically recessions do follow after major bad earning quarters. And we've had bad earning quarters, but in my opinion, we still could continue on with worse earning quarters to come if we are going to have a major recession. So maybe the recession does happen next year rather than this year, in my opinion, since we do have a lot of earnings that still, in my opinion, need to happen for us to consider that we are necessarily in a recession. So again, just keep that in mind. Looking for possible bad earnings will be a lot of good plays possibly to come if you are playing to the downside, of course, just keeping that in mind. Now, again, with that said, what we do in the Instabills room is we mention pre-market news before market open every single day. Any volatile breakouts that are worth looking at throughout the day for only $15 a month. You guys will never miss a breakout alert today again. And again, all of you Instabills that come over every single day and support the channel, I appreciate you guys. We're going to continue to go at it. Stay patient. Take what the market gives us. Again, the market is ready to make major moves. We're not sure exactly where we're going to have major moves. Again, testing our 50 monthly moving average on the monthly chart, dropping just below it, looking to see if we are going to continue on lower, possibly find these major discounts. And if we do find these discounts, we're going to have a lot of long plays. One day, bulls, one day, 3 to 5 years from now, one day we're going to look back and we're going to have major long plays, and that's exactly what's going to happen. And again, if you guys do like this video, it does help the channel grow, and I do appreciate it very much. And again, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in pre-market.